Mystery snail laying eggs. Here's an egg about to be squeezed out. And then once it's squeezed out, they go up to the mass like a little conveyor belt. This mystery snail is also called a trapdoor snail, and you can see to the right of the egg mass is the trapdoor. The snail uses that to close over so it keeps its moisture inside. Even though these are water snails, sometimes they will be in a situation where they might need to keep their moisture inside. They also do that to protect themselves from predators. We're about to see another egg get squeezed out here. There it is. And these eggs just keep moving up the slime coat. There's probably some kind of a little peristalsis or something, which is a movement that allows them to get pushed upwards onto the egg mass. Pretty cool stuff. And then I'll pan out so you can see the fish in here begging. Maybe. Maybe the fish gave up. There's the fish begging. Another egg about to be squeezed out. And there it goes. This is what it looks like from the back side. There's the fish begging, quite the little beggar. Here's a snail moving along, just kind of eating algae. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? There it is. And the fish begging. The fish doesn't understand what's going on. Why am I not getting fed? It's like, hey. So I hatched these in my classroom a few weeks ago, and so far I'm learning by trial and error. The first batch of eggs I just left on the top of the tank like these are here, and they eventually fell into the water and didn't hatch. So the second batch in my classroom, they ended up falling into the water, so I took them out and I put them, kind of hard to explain, I had a container with water in the bottom and holes in the top of it, and I set the egg mass on top of the lid with the holes in it above the water. Took a paper towel and twisted a little bit of it up so it went down through a hole into the water so it wicked moisture up onto the top. And I put that on top of one of those little heating pads that you get for either a reptile or an amphibian tank. And within a couple weeks, the eggs hatched. My mistake that time was I left the eggs that had hatched on top of the heater, and the water was too hot for the snails, so the snails all died. So hopefully third time's a charm. I'm hoping that this time, once these eggs have set up some, so probably by tomorrow or the next day, I can gently remove them from the side of the tank, put them on top of something like a butter container, poke holes in the lid big enough so that when the little snails hatch, they can crawl and fall down through the holes into the water. And then what you do is you take a paper towel, fold it so that a little piece of it goes down into the water and acts like a wick, and then you put a clear cup inverted over the top of all of that, and it makes like a little terrarium so the humidity stays inside. And depending on what time of year and where you live, you need to have a pretty warm temperature in order for the eggs to incubate and hatch. The warmer the temperature, the quicker they hatch. We were on Thanksgiving vacation last time, and they started hatching over the break, so I'm not exactly sure how long it took. Probably about 2.5 weeks or so. So this time I know exactly the day that the eggs are being laid, which we didn't know before. And then I'll actually write the date down and time the process, and I'll take the temperature of the water so that I have a little more data to go by. And I saw the snails mating. I don't know how long they were mating, but I saw them either yesterday or the day before. So I'm not sure what the gestation period is from the time that they mate until they lay eggs. They could have mated before that and I just didn't observe it. So possibly a couple days, but I'd have to research that to find out. And it looks like this snail might be almost done with its batch of eggs. And I didn't call it a female because I believe these are hermaphroditic. Okay, this is, I'm sure, kind of boring because it looks like the snail is done. So I'm going to go ahead and sign off. So this is a mystery snail, also known as a trapdoor snail, that just laid a clutch of eggs. And the eggs come out one at a time and they're added to the clutch.